Good morning. Good morning. Sorry I cannot be with you today, but unfortunately, I'm unavailable due to a death in my family, and I will be streaming the funeral at this time. So, unfortunately, I cannot be with you, but I do have information I would like to share for what we would have done in class today. If you did not know, today is Earth Day. So today is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Earth Day was first recognized in April of 1970. And as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, BCPS Science team has put together some activities for you guys to do. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. And in your Schoology folders, you may have already noticed that there was a big Earth and 50th celebration folder already there for you guys. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. And we're going to go through the folder very quickly. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go to the folder. And when you first go into Schoology, everything's the same. Our meeting time, all of the resources, the time that I'm going to be available. And I will be available this afternoon from 12 to 2. If you have any questions, I'm also available tomorrow from 9 to 11 and Friday from 9 to 11. So Earth Day, 50th anniversary, BCPS Earth Day 50. So if you go into this folder, you'll see that there's a very brief commercial. So you can click on that link. Look at the commercial. It's very brief. It's like a 1-minute commercial. I'm not going to play it right now, but it's very brief and gives you a little information about Earth Day and kind of the things that were going on in 1970. And then you have what they developed was this anniversary bingo challenge. So you'll have the opportunity to do any of these 25 things. And I'm going to make it bigger so that you can see it. You can write a letter, poems, sing a song, write a short story. There are a lot of cool things. These are all links. So if you scroll over the page, these are links to some of the activities. You can do sidewalk chalk. You can paint. You can create a miniature bug hotel. I suggest you ask your parents before you do something like that. Write out 3 green things, pledge, read an environmentally oriented book. Let's see, it's a lot of different things on here. I think one of my favorites that I saw was rewrite the lyrics to a popular song so that it emphasizes environmental change or environmental message. So that would be a really, really cool one to do. You have some Earth Day quizzes. So I gave you guys a Kahoot. Now you can do Kahoot at your own pace. You don't have to just do them live. I gave you guys a Kahoot that you can do. The Kahoot is found at kahoot.it. And I'm going to share this with you guys. So this is the pen. Please write it down. All right, kahoot.it. And the pen is 06623653. I would prefer that you play it now, but you don't have to. I extended it for a few days, but it will still rank you as you play the game. The only thing I ask is that you put in very, very respectful names because I won't be able to kick you out since you're playing it on your own pace. But put in your name so that I can give you credit. So don't use the nicknames like we would do if we were in school, and then I have to go back and ask you, well, who's this person? Who's that person? Please put in your actual name so that I can give you credit for today's lesson for being in class today. But that is the game key. Again, it's 06623653. and you go to Kahoot.it. All right. And you guys can play that now since I'm not here for you to do it. All right. So that's our Earth Day activity. The next thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to go back to our materials folder and quickly go over your lessons for week 3. So we are now in week 3 of our distant learning, and here are the lessons. So we have human impacts on the hydrosphere, and then human impact on the cryosphere and sphere interactions. So we are at a good place because before we left school, we were already doing these things, and we've already pretty much was coming out of the second portion of the climate change unit. Looking at the human impact on the hydrosphere. So we touched on ocean acidification before, and I see only 2 people are done discussion. I need you all to join in on the discussion, please. And then you have your learn about it. We're in a very good place because we know all about the carbon cycle. We've used different resources, but we've learned the carbon cycle already. In your think about it, there's a very short Discovery Ed video that I would like for you to watch. It may be, I think it's part of the one that we've seen before. It's only a small clip. And then you're going to answer the question, how do you think ocean acidification can impact either you or another stakeholder? And then you're going to type your response below. All right. So that's a very simple think about it question. Then you have after you've done your think about it question, you watch the climate change, the carbon and pH ocean acidification, learn about it portion, then you'll do your try it, then you'll do your show it. And you should be very familiar with this portion of the lesson because we've done this already. We're going to be experts at it. All right, the second lesson for this week is the impact on a cryosphere. And look, we've already done that. Analyze how humans' impact are affecting cryosphere and other sphere interactions. So it talks about the sea ice. That's how I think about it. And you're going to go to the NASA Earth Observatory. And if you click on the link, it brings you to this page. And you're going to visualize the 2012 sea ice minimum. And they ask you to slide this, all right? And then you see the difference. You can also just view both images at the same time. So you'll see the image there, and then you'll see it in 1984. And then you'll look at the differences and the amount of sea ice. And we've talked about all of that before. So once you move the slider back and forth to see the difference between 1984 and 2012, what do you notice? What do you wonder? And what could have caused the changes? So again, this will be one of the multi-stepped discussions where you have to write a response to each part of the question. So you have to do the what you notice, the what you wonder, and then what do you think caused those changes and what impact. So I really need you to give a lot more than what you did on the first discussion because it has a lot of questions. So this one involves a little more detail. All right. And then after you do that, you go to the learn about it, which we already learned a lot of this stuff. We already talked about the Arctic and some of these, the permafrost we talked about before, climate feedback loops, all of that stuff we've done before. So you should already have some background information on this portion. Again, it's a very short 2-minute video, gives you some background, and then you have the continued reading for any of these that you want to look into. And when you feel like you are ready, You should be doing a try it, and it talks about albedo. Remember, albedo is the amount of sunlight that we reflect back to the sun. So if there's a lot of surfaces that can reflect, then a lot of that heat will be reflected back to the sun. If we lose the surfaces that reflect, then much of the heat is going to be absorbed, which makes our planet hotter. So we talked about albedo just before we finished the last learning cycle for climate change, and that was back in March. And then you're going to do the show what you know. All right, so I always like going through the folder and make sure you go through this way as opposed to clicking in and going straight to the side. So make sure you are going through the folder this way, okay? Hopefully you all are having a great day. Everybody is staying safe and healthy. Please, please, please do the Kahoot, because the Kahoot is going to count as class time today. And if you have any questions, not understanding something, you need me to help you with anything, please email. I respond to emails constantly. And if not, you can meet me in the office hours and just let me know that you're coming. So any of those will be ways to reach me. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and you all have a good day. Bye, and thank you.